welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host, Ruby, and today we're going to be reading more of the 60 Timeless Zen Stories by Akiyama. But before we begin, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a great deal to me if you do. And we last left off was, I think it was number 23, and this one is called The Patience of the Fisherman. So grab your snacks, grab your drinks, sit back and relax, and let's get to it. Number 23. The Patience of the Fisherman. In a peaceful coastal village, there lived an old fisherman named Haruka. Haruka was known for his extraordinary patience and the wisdom he displayed in his daily actions. One day, a young villager named Akihiro approached Haruka while he was sitting quietly on the pier, fishing rod in hand. Akihiro said, "Haruka, I've heard you're the most patient fisherman in the village. Teach me the secret of your patience." Haruka smiled and nodded. "Patience is like the waves of the sea, Akihiro. Watch the sea and learn from its tranquility." Akihiro looked at the sea, but couldn't grasp the teaching. He asked curiously, "What do you mean, Haruka?" Haruka said, "When you fish, relax and wait for the fish to come to you. Don't try to force things or rush the outcome. Be one with the sea and let nature take its course." Akihiro, eager to learn, grabbed a fishing rod and sat down beside Haruka. They fished together for hours, but Akihiro was impatient and restless, constantly checking his line and moving the bait. Haruka observed the young man and said, "Akihiro, patience doesn't just mean waiting. It also means trusting the process. Let the line drift like a leaf on the water, and let the fish come to you." Akihiro finally understood the message and decided to follow Haruka's example. He relaxed, immersed himself in the experience, and trusted the sea. After some time, he felt a tug on his line and caught a big fish. Akihiro, beaming with joy, exclaimed, "Haruka, I caught a fish! Patience really works!" Haruka smiled with satisfaction. "Patience is a precious virtue, Akihiro. It not only helps us catch fish, but also teaches us to navigate through life's challenges." Akihiro had learned an important lesson from Haruka, not just about fishing, but about patience, trust, and the importance of living in the present moment. This story teaches us that patience is a precious virtue that goes beyond fishing. It invites us to be patient, trust the process, and live in the present moment. It shows that patience helps us navigate through life's challenges and achieve success without forcing things. Number 24. The choice of a pure heart. I'm sorry, you guys. If you hear some noise in the background, it's my dog chewing on his toy. But let's get back to the story. The choice of a pure heart. In a small Zen village, there lived a young man named Jairo. Known for his kindness and wisdom, one day an elder Zen master presented him with 3 small bags, each containing a different malevolence. The first bag held envy, the second anger, and the third deceit. The master said to Jairo, "Each of these malevolences can taint the human heart. Your challenge is to choose which one to avoid in your life." Jairo sat down in meditation to reflect on his choices. As he meditated, the 3 malevolences appeared to him as dark shadows. Envy was green like grass, anger was red like fire, and deceit was gray like mist. He lowered his head and asked them, "Why do you exist? What is your purpose?" Envy replied, "I am here to make you desire what others have, to sow the seed of dissatisfaction in your heart." Anger said, "I am here to boil your blood, to bring you the fire of rage when things don't go your way." Deceit hissed, "I am here to veil the truth, to distort reality and erode others' trust." Jairo raised his head and said firmly, "I do not choose any of you. My path is one of kindness, love, and truth. If I choose any of you, I would suffocate the light within my soul." The 3 malevolences transformed into dark clouds and dissipated in the wind. The master smiled, knowing that Jairo had made the right choice. The story tells us that people learn that even in the face of the temptations of malevolence, kindness and truth were always the wisest choices. Jairo's decision became a valuable teaching, demonstrating that true strength lies in the pure heart that can recognize and resist the dark temptations of the world. Jairo's encounter with the malevolences symbolizes the temptation and challenges we face in life, represented by envy, anger, and deceit. Instead of succumbing to these negative forces, Jairo chooses to reject them all in favor of kindness, love, and truth. 25. The Mirror of Truth. In a small village, at the foot of the mountains, lived a man named Toshiro. Toshiro was a deep thinker and a lover of knowledge. One day, during a conversation with the villagers, the topic turned to the nature of religions. Some of the villagers staunchly defended their faith, while others were skeptical, arguing that religion was merely a set of empty beliefs and meaningless rituals. Toshiro, however, remained silent and listened attentively. A wise elder named Zen Master gathered everyone in the village temple and asked them to bring something that demonstrated the profound meaning of their faith or its absence. The villagers brought sacred objects, religious texts, and symbols of their faith and beliefs. Toshiro, on the other hand, brought a small mirror. When it was his turn to speak, Zen Master asked each villager to explain the significance of their objects. The villagers recited the doctrines and their religions, quoted sacred texts, and recounted ancient stories. When Toshiro's turn came, Zen Master asked him why he had brought a mirror. Toshiro calmly said, "This mirror represents truth. When we look into it, we see only ourselves. We don't see the differences in faith or belief, but our only true nature. It doesn't matter what our religion is, or if we don't have one, the truth remains unchanged." The Zen Master smiled and nodded. "Each of you has brought something meaningful, but Toshiro has reminded us that truth is universal and cannot be confined to dogmas or rituals. Religion can be a path, but truth lies beyond words and ceremonies. Each of us must find our inner truth, regardless of the religion we choose to follow or abandon." The village fell silent, reflecting on the words of the Zen Master and Toshiro. From that day on, the villagers began to respect each other's beliefs, their different faiths, and sought truth within themselves rather than in external ceremonies. This story highlights the importance of looking beyond superficial differences in faith and belief systems and recognizing the universal truth that resides within each human being. Toshiro's act of bringing a mirror as a representation of truth emphasizes that beyond religions and beliefs, our true human nature is the same for everyone. The teaching here is to see others and ourselves through the lens of truth, acknowledging our common connection and embracing the diversity of faiths as a richness rather than a division. "26. Lotus blooms in muddy waters." In an ancient Zen monastery, nestled among the mountains, there lived a young monk named Kenji. Devoted to the practice of meditation and the pursuit of wisdom, Kenji was disciplined and respectful of the monastery's rules. Yet at night, he was plagued by sinful dreams that left him feeling dirty and unworthy. One day, Kenji approached his elder Zen master, the wise monk Hoshino. Seeking guidance with humility and shame, he confessed his sinful dreams and asked how to rid himself of the burden on his soul. Hoshino smiled compassionately and led Kenji to a small garden of lotus flowers. Behind the monastery, the lotus flowers grew amidst the mud. Yet their purity and beauty remained untouched despite the impure surroundings. The master said, "Look at these lotus flowers, Kenji. They grow in the mud but maintain their purity and beauty. Similarly, your mind can be like these lotus flowers. able to find purity even in the darkest dreams. Dreams are like clouds passing through the sky of consciousness. You are not responsible for what appears in your dreams, but you are responsible for how you respond to them. Inspired by Hoshino's words, Kenji began to practice meditation with greater dedication. He committed himself to observing his thoughts and emotions without judgment, like a neutral observer. Over time, he learned to let go of the feelings of guilt and shame associated with his sinful dreams. One night, he meditated under the moonlight. Kenji had a dream. Instead of succumbing to guilt, he woke up with a profound sense of acceptance and peace. He understood that dreams were merely manifestations of his mind and did not define his true nature. From that day on, Kenji continued his spiritual practice with a light heart. Whenever sinful dreams disturbed him, he remembered the lotus flowers in the monastery garden and their ability to find purity despite impure circumstances. The story tells us Hoshino's message to Kenji points out the idea that thoughts and dreams, like clouds passing through the sky of consciousness, do not define one's true nature. Instead, individuals have the power to choose how they respond to these thoughts and dreams. By practicing meditation and observing his thoughts without judgment, Kenji learns to let go of guilt and shame associated with his dream. And we are gonna stop here, my dear friends. Please tune in next video for more of 60 timeless Zen stories. And comment down below, what did you like about these stories, and did they help you with certain things as well? And as always, my dear friends, may you have a wonderful morning, noon, or night whenever this video reaches you. And this has been Ruby, signing off.